Hello, I'm just going to give you a quick overview about the host controls in Google Meet. I'm going to enter my Google Meet right now using the Meet link inside a Google Classroom. But I could also use the Google Meet SSO app inside ClassLink, and it would give me the same tools. Now, before I even enter the meeting, you can see that my background is blurred. I think that's so cool. This is going to prevent some distractions. So if I'm home in my kitchen and I'm I have people walking by, or I have personal things on my wall, or I have very young kids who are easily distracted, I can blur my background right here. This is not blurred. This is blurred, obviously much better. I can do that even before the meeting begins. So now I'm going to tap on Join Now. And once the meeting begins and the kids have all dumped in there, looking around my screen, and I can see that I have host controls in more than one place. First, in the lower left-hand corner, there is a blue shield with a lock on it, and that opens up the meeting safety host controls. I'm going to click out of it for just a second and show you that there are also host controls. Over here, if I tap on Mr. Head and Shoulders, you can see that there's a button right here that says host controls. And you'll see them every once in a while in other places. So let's go back to the lower left-hand corner where that shield is, because that's where the greatest amount of explanation is found. And make sure you read these words really carefully. By default, everything is turned on or enabled. So right now, quick access, your kids are all going to dump in here as soon as you open the door to the meeting. However, once the meeting has begun, we're going to turn this off. And that means that when it's turned off, everyone who is not invited must ask to join. That's what we're accustomed to. So we're going to make sure that that is turned off so that anybody who tries to enter this meeting has to ask. That means you get the pop-up and the name of the person's email address. Now this also bears a little explanation. This says let everyone, boom, and boom. So let everyone share their screen, basically. Do I want to let everyone share their screen? Maybe I've never had a problem with that. I don't even need to touch this. But if I have students who maybe jump on and share their screen at an inappropriate time, or before I've had a chance to review what they're about to share or whatnot, maybe I want to turn that off. And now I am not letting everyone share their screen. Also down here, I have let everyone send chat messages. This is something I know people have been looking forward to. If I do not want to let everyone send chat messages, I'm going to turn that off. That means that nobody can send a chat message but me. So if you'll observe up in the upper right-hand corner, there's that chat window icon. It opens up. I still have the ability to send a link or a message or instructions, and my students will receive this message. However, they are not going to be able to respond, not going to be able to contribute anything to a conversation. If I need to change that real quick, I have a little control right here. So I don't even have to dip down into the lower left-hand corner to find the host controls. I can just allow it for a minute or two as I see them respond, as I see them answering the question, as I see them sharing their ideas, and then I can just turn that off and continue teaching my class. Okay, so we covered all three things in here, this, and this. Those are all turned off. This is the same thing. There's nothing different right now, but as they promise a whole bunch of things that are coming, they may end up filling or populating that host controls area more. One other thing, since I have you, today is Thursday, October 1st, and these things are rolling out kind of gradually, not due to anything we're doing at the district level, but Google Classroom or Google company rolls things out slowly. It's not alphabetical, it's not by who their favorites are. So we are getting everything because we have the awesome version of Google, but you may or may not have something that your neighbor has or that your friend has. I have something that just showed up minutes ago. I didn't know I had it. Stephanie had it yesterday, and I know a teacher who had it 2 weeks ago. But if I tap on the ellipses in the lowest right corner, I'm accustomed to getting a menu, but this just showed up this morning or a few minutes ago. Whiteboard, open a jam. I'll just tell you a couple things about that. We've been asking for whiteboard apps. We train people about whiteboard apps, and that's what Jam is. If I tap on that, it's going to actually ask me if I want to choose one I've already prepared or if I want to start a new one. When I start a new one, or if I open another one, it's going to automatically name it with the code for this meeting. Notice down here and up here, it's the same thing. It's automatically going to add the date, which for me just makes it way easier to find. And it's automatically going to share a view of this with my students. So if I go to the chat window, I can see this link is a view of the Jamboard that it just provided me. Okay, so I want you to see that. If I want my students to participate with this Jam, then I can do that. It is my Jam, it belongs to me, I have control. Here it is, full screen. If I want my students to be able to participate, I tap on the word share, and I can decide how to share it with students. If you want students to all 20 of them, all 25, all 30 of them participate in this Jam, I'm going to go down to change the link. To make it easiest, I'm going to change that link to anyone. I'm going to change viewer to editor. Now, those of you who have really mischievous kids, you might not want anyone with a link. You might want to make sure you restrict it to Chino Valley Unified, but that means that they might have to actually log in. And we are just trying to reduce the number of clicks. All right, so with this setting, I can copy and share that link. Let me show you again, I'm sorry. Anyone can edit. If I copy that link, I can then share this different link, this editing link, with students. So Control V. Now they can edit. Notice how it ends with sharing now. All the kids can edit this though. If I want to restrict who's able to edit, I'm going to change. I'm going to make this view only. So now anyone can see it, but they cannot edit it. And if I want specific people to be able to edit, maybe I want 1 or 2 particular kids, I have restricted. Only people, certain people can open with this link. And where's my, I apologize, hold on, let's see. I want it to look different. There we go. I can add the people that I do want. So if I want Stephanie to be able to edit and just Stephanie, then I am going to send her a little email with a link that will have just her access. Alrighty. So again, just a lot of ways we can play with this. I can do another training another time. I just want to give you a little food for thought.